Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to my elder apostle, Great Millstone, who rule well, man. Salutations to the rest of you brothers pushing this truth with sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel, man. Brother Kwan Yahweh coming at you with another lesson today. Today I want to cover the subject of letting 2/3 of Israel alone, man. Don't try and force your next of kin, man, or your friends in the world, you know, if you have any, and it's truth, man, because there's a good chance that they're just not going to receive it. So no, don't try to beat them over the head with this truth, man. Worry about yourself, man. You study, you pray, you fast, man. You toil in this truth that Yahweh Shem Shai has let you gain, man. This was a gift from Yahweh Shem Shai that he gave to you, you know. So don't really just too much try to push this upon 2/3 of our people, man, or upon our people, period. Because, you know, if they gonna get it, they'll get it. If they won't, they won't, man. Like the apostles are saying, man, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. I'm going to get all of Matthew's. I'm going to start in Matthew's 13th chapter, starting from 1 all the way to the last verse. And I'm going to quote some of the verses out of this chapter just to prove that Yahweh Shai was spoken of in the Old Testament, and the things that he was going to do was also spoken of in the Old Testament, man. Just to further prove that Yahweh Shai was in the Old Testament. For you Old Testament, for you New Testament only dummies, that disproves your doctrine, man. So nevertheless, you know, let's hop right into it. This is Matthew chapter 13, starting at 1. The same day went Yahweh Shai out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes was gathered together. The multitudes was Israelites unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat. The whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower set forth to sow. That sower is Yahweh Shai, man. You know, I'm gonna break it down a little bit, you know, here and there with the parable Yahweh Shai is saying, but you know, Yahweh Shai himself is gonna break down the parable later on throughout the chapter, man. 4, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside. Those seeds that fell by the wayside of the seed are the Israelites that's gonna die on this side, man. The 2/3 of our people. And the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit. The ones that fell in the good ground are the elect, man, the men of the Lord. First off, the 144,000, man, the ones that standing upon their feet, prophesying against this great kingdom, man. Those are what's the fruit that they're bringing forth, man? They're pushing the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. 100% truth. Some in 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. You know, that's the Lord's right there is talking about the different portions each one has, man. Different portions of the Spirit. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Who is that them they're talking about? They're talking about that multitude. Because let's let the Lord get it, man. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given. What was he talking about, man? The 1/3 of Israel, you are given the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, man. Not the rest of Israel, man. Not the 2/3 of my people. And showing the hell not you heathen, man. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Verse 14, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. Let's get that quote that the Lord quoted from Isaiah to prove the old prophets from before, when Yahushua came on earth, prophesied of him coming, man, and of acts that he would do. This is Isaiah 6:9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Oh, I'm gonna keep reading. Make the heart of this people fat. Who was these people? 2/3 of Israel, man. Make their hearts fat, and make their minds clouded, man. And make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. See, Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't want 2/3 of our people to be healed, man. Why is that? Because the acts that they've done in multiple lives, man. See, I've said in my past lesson, there is a reincarnation. It's biblical, man. And if it's biblical, it's true. It's facts, man. So these 2/3 of the nation of Israel, of our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, and the ones that look like the heathen nations, but in the inside are Israelites, because we were scattered through multiple slaveries, and our men's seed has been pushed out through these heathen women, so they look like the other nations. Some, those 2/3 of the nation of Israel have offended Yahweh Shem Yahushua greatly in many lives, man. Many lives. Don't ask how many lives that they've committed harsh sin against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because that's a heavenly thing. We don't know, man. You know, we don't know anything about our past lives, and that's written as well, man. Things are not remembered of the past, man. Only Yahweh Shem Yahushua can tell you what you did in your past life. So that's what 2/3 of our people is going to get judged for, man. Those 2/3 are the same ones that murmured against Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the wilderness, man, after he delivered them from Egypt. The same ones. 2/3 the same that freed Barabbas instead of Yahushua, and had Yahushua crucified, man. These are these same 2/3, man. The same people. Hey, and best believe you gonna pay back dearly for that. This is last go around to Israel, man. So best believe Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna get his hands on you one last good time, man, for everything you've done. And the 1/3 of Israel, they're gonna be saved by mercy, man. Complete mercy from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Because we've sinned, but it's all thanks to Yahweh Shem Yahushua's mercy upon us that we have this truth now, and we toiling in the best way we can in this truth, so we can be saved and healed, man. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their cares are dull of their cares. Their ears are dull of hearing, and that goes right hand in hand with Isaiah 6 and 10, man. With this Matthew 13 and 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But they're not healed, man, because Yahweh Shem Shai don't want 2/3 of our people. Yahweh Shem Shai only wants 1/3. That's written. That's in that. Where am I getting this 1/3 and 2/3 from, man? Zephaniah 13 and 8, man. 2/3 shall be cut off and die, but the 1/3 shall stay therein. This is 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hey, today, the prophets of old, they wanted to see the things that we see today, man. They wanted to see the coming of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, now understand that reincarnation is true and biblical in its effect. Those prophets are seeing the things that they wanted to see, man, because the prophets are back. They're back in their lots. They're prophesying upon their feet. Let's see. Let's get Salakia. Give me 1 second, because I have some stuff written down right here. Let's get Acts real quick. It's Acts. We'll get one in. Let's just get 1 and 6. This is Acts 1 and 6. And when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, the disciples, which later on became apostles, saying, Lord, they're talking to Yahweh Shai, of course, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel, man? The kingdom to Israel. The kingdom belongs to Israel, man. The kingdom of heaven is the rulership of the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So that loving everybody demon, because that's what it is, because you can't love every fucking thing, man. You can't love everybody. These other nations don't love y'all, Israel. They don't love y'all niggas, man. If they loved you, they wouldn't have put your ass in slavery. If they loved you, you still would not be oppressed, and you still would not be at the bottom of society to this day, man. Let's keep getting it. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the time or the seasons which the Father has put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you. You shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and all Judea and in Samaria and unto the othermost parts of the earth. That's talking about in the future, man. Matthew 19 and 28, when the disciples asked the Lord what they were gonna get for following him. The Lord basically told them, man, rulership, kings, being a king, holding that scepter in your hand, man, ruling over the 12 tribes of Israel and the rest of the heathen, man. That's what you're gonna get if you follow me. But now, hey, we're back. Hey, we're back in our stead, man. preaching the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Now that shall receive power, that's gonna be it's right now in spiritual. You know, we preaching and we prophesying, you know. We speaking the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But soon, hey, we gonna have physical power, man. We gonna get that spiritual power, man. From on high, from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. When all hell breaks loose, man. This is 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. That cloud is talking about the chariot of Israel, what you people would call UFOs, man. You can believe it or you don't have to believe it, man. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up. Behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, 2 angels. 2 angels stood by them, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai was taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. Revelations 1:7. Said the Lord was going to come back the same way. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. They coming with clouds. Yahweh Shai is going to come back with the whole host of heaven, man, with the chariots. And he's going to render out his fierce anger amongst these people, man, and save the ones on the earth that's been pushing this truth with all sincerity. That's who Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is coming back for, man. And it says, in every eye shall see him, even they also which pierced him. So understand that Yahweh Shai got pierced over 2,000 years ago. Is there 2,000-year-old men walking around today? The same ones that pierced Yahweh Shai? No, man. Those 2 men are on the earth somewhere, reincarnated, man. And they're going to also see Yahweh Shai real soon, man. Yahweh Shai is on his way. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, the Wah. All right, let's get back into Matthews. Let's see, where was I at? 17, I believe, right? All right, yeah. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth them away, that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and immediately with joy receiveth it. Unknown means immediately. With joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself. And right there back in 19, the wicked one is Esau, Edom. Yet he had not rooted in himself, but dureth, this is 21, yet he had not rooted in himself, but dureth for a while. So right here in 21, you know, he do it for a while, man. He has the truth right now, and he's doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for a while. This is going into fallouts, man. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, because that's a tribulation and persecution is coming for the men of the Lord, man. But are you gonna be able to keep it into the end, man? When persecution arises, when your face is on the news, and everybody see you at your job, or your family see you on TV, and there's a price for your head, man, and people start selling you out that know where you live at, are you gonna fall out of the truth, man? Are you gonna forsake Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai at that time? Are you gonna turn your back on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man? You know, speaking for myself and speaking as a man, hell no, man. Like the Elder Yashua, you know, says, man. Hey, we in this thing to win, brothers. We not, you know, we not in this thing to take a L. The prophets before this time is always taking L's, man. We've always been killed and killed off. This is not in that time no more, man. This time, hey, Yahweh Shai is on it. Yahweh Shem Shai is on their way, man. We gonna get the victory through our power, man. There ain't gonna be no more L's for the prophets, man. It's time to get that W. And through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, that's what we gonna get, man. So to hell with everybody else and everything else, man. If it ain't for Yahweh Shem Shai, man, it's for naught. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended, and he falls out of the truth, man. He also that receives seed among the thorns, he that heareth the word in the care of this world, in the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, he becometh unfruitful. Since we read that, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. He heard the word. In the care of this world, he hears the word, he knows the word, but he has care for this world, man. So he's being double-minded. The Lord say, hey, you can't serve God and mammon, man. You can't have two masters. Is he that heareth the word in the care of this world, in the deceitfulness of riches choke the word. The deceitful of riches choke the word. He cares more about his riches than the word, man. Like that man that came up to Yahweh Shai, that rich man that came up to Yahweh Shai and asked him, what can I do to follow you, man? And Yahweh Shai told him to sell everything thou hast and follow me. And that rich man he was troubled because he had great riches, man. And he did not sell his riches and follow the Yahweh Shai, man. That's why the Lord said, hey, it's easier for a camel to enter into a needle of an eye than it is for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Now, these rich celebrities of Israel right now, which they're wicked as all hell, might I add, because of their satanic beliefs, they following in behind their daddy Esau. You know, they gonna be in the kingdom of heaven as well, man. They just not gonna make it on this side. Just put that out there. And let's read right there. Was that? In the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful, falls out of the truth. But he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also bears fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. That's the men of the Lord, man. We heard the truth. We listened. We heard. We studied. We prayed. We fast. Hey, we repeat, man. Repeat. Repetition, man. And we keeping this word ever since we heard it. And then we're gonna keep it until the end, man. The elect is gonna keep the words of Yahweh Shem Shai until the end. Whether they be martyrs and die, or they have to go through all of it and wait for the Lord to come back. The elect are going to keep the word 100% all the way until we get to the kingdom, man. It's 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, so the Lord is from here, the Lord is just going to keep Slakia. Using parables, you know, to liken unto the kingdom of heaven, man. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sows good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. So the Lord is finna go into the parable of the wheat and the tares, man. The wheat is the elect, and which the wheat is the good thing of the field. And the tares is the bad thing of the field. And the enemy that came in that messed up the wheats and the tares was Esau, man. And the Lord is going to explain that later on through the chapter. But let's reread 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came. The servants are the elect, the householders Yahushua, and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather, Salaki, that may have been talking about the angels. Salaki, if I got that wrong. Salaki. Gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together unto the harvest, in the time of the harvest. I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn. The Lord said, hey, let's reread 30. Let both grow together into the harvest. The harvest is the end of the world. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together. The reapers are the angels. Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them. What's going to burn those tares are the people, because the tares are likened unto the people. And that's going to be 2/3 together with the heathen that's going to burn down here, man. Now, they'll burn them together. They're going to be burnt by also the chariots of Israel, man. And they're going to be burned by those ICBM missiles that's going to be shot over here by the other nations, man. World War III. But gather the wheat into my barn, into my safe place, man. Where the wheat, or AKA the 1/3 of Israel, going to be gathered. We're going to be gathered into those chariots, man, above the firmament, safe and sound, while the indignation of the Lord is overpassed on the earth, man. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. So right there, that's talking about when the truth started out. The truth started out small, but this started out small in New York around about 1969, 1970. So, and gradually over the years, all the way up to today, the truth has grown, man. The truth has went global throughout the world, man. Let's see. Another parable spake he unto them, the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. All these things spake Yahushua unto the multitude in parables. Without a parable spake he not unto them, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Okay, let's see. Let's get that quote out of Psalms. Psalms. 1 second. Psalm 78 and 2. I will open my mouth in a parable, and I will utter dark sayings of old. That's the verse Yahushua quoted. He quoted that from Psalm 78 and 2. So let's keep reading. Then Yahushua, then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. Let's see. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, the 1/3 of Israel. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The tares are the children of the wicked one. Let's get that. What's that wicked one that the Lord is talking about, man? Let's see. This is John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil. The word devil means deceiver. Now, who goes out throughout the world deceiving the people and has them and deceiving the people in philosophies, man? The so-called white man. Who deceived the slaves during the transatlantic slave trade with their Jesus doctrine and pushed it on the Israelites, man, and beat them all the way until they completely lost their heritage and the understanding that they had of the scriptures throughout generations. The so-called white man, man. So let's keep reading. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. You 2/3 of Israel, man. Hey, y'all follow in behind Esau, just like he's your father, man. That's why Ba'ashem Yahushua have likened this fucking devil, man. These Edomites likened unto your father, man. This is now from here on out, this is proving that Esau was Cain in the beginning, man, which further proves reincarnation. He was a murderer from the beginning. So he was a murderer from the beginning. That's Cain, man. Cain, when Cain murdered his brother Abel, Ba'ashem Yahushua put the curse of leprosy on Cain, man. Now, being leprous, that's the loss of pigmentation in your skin, man. Now, what nation of people walks around on this earth today with loss of pigmentation within their skin, man? The so-called white man. So-called white people. Esau's nation, man. Those are the people walking around on the earth right now with loss of pigmentation within their skin, man. They have no pigment in their skin. Their lack of melanin, it's not there. Further proves that the so-called white people are of the nation of Edom, man. And their forefather is Esau. He was a murderer from the beginning and abound not in the truth. There was no truth in him, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. He is a liar and the father of it, man. So when Cain killed his brother Abel, And the Lord, which were the prophets, by the way, asked him, where is thy brother Abel, man? And Cain basically said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? And this is after he killed Abel. So Cain, bitch ass, knew where Abel was, man, because he had killed him. He was a liar, a devil, a serpent, a dragon. He is the father of it, man. He is the father of lies. Esau, Edom, Cain, Esau, Edom, the nation of Edom. These so-called white people are liars, man. They have liars from the beginning, and they're liars to this day, man. And that's why you niggas is going into slavery, man. And after slavery, y'all is going to be done away without the earth. There's not going to be any more loss of pigmentation people walking around this motherfucker, man. Y'all are done, bro. Period, across the board. Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to suffer you to walk upon this earth for too much longer. So let me get some water. All right, let's get back to Matthew. This is Matthew 39. The enemy that sold them is the devil, the deceiver. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. Now, right there, let's further prove Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom is a so-called white man. This is let's get that precept for Matthew 13 and 19. Slakia. I believe I had something else with this precept. Give me 1 second, Akim. Let me think real quick. Let's just get this. It's the perfect backup for this scripture, though. Second Esdras. Second Esdras 6 and 9. But I already know where I'm going. This is Second Esdras 6 and 9 to back up Matthew 13 and 39. For Esau is the end of the world. Esau, Edom, you so-called white people, is the end of the world. When the time that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will come back on this earth, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. After Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua come back and do away with you and put you in the captivity, Israel is gonna be raised up right after Esau's fall, man. And it's going side by side right now as I speak. As Esau falls, Jacob is rising, man. Matthew 13 and 40. As therefore the tares are gathered together and burnt in the fire is the ICBM missiles along with the chariots, so it shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend in them which do iniquity. Iniquity is consistent sin, man. Continually sin. Now let's go back to 40. And then the Lord said, so shall it be in the end of this world. Now you would say, well, that was way back then. That's not what the Lord doesn't care about that stuff anymore. Listen. The Lord said the end of this world. The Lord was in the Roman captivity. Understand that. So during the Renaissance, the Renaissance was what? The Renaissance was Esau coming back up again, man. It was the what? The rebirth of the Roman Empire. That's what America is, man. What Esau said, we will rebuild the desolate places, man. They rebuilt the desolate place, man. America, aka Great Babylon, man, is those desolate places rebuilt. So knowing that the same people was ruling over Yahushua then, when he was on the earth, and along with the rest of the nation of Israel, they still rule over the nation of Israel today, man. And Yahushua up in the heavens right next to the Father, hey, tapping his foot, man, ready to get back at you damn devils, man. For everything you've done against him, man. You've done to the earth. You disobeyed the Heavenly Father. And and what you've done to Israel, man. All you nations are going to be recompensed for everything you've done on this earth, man. It's not going to go on like this forever, man. The earth is dying in the current ruler's hand, man. The current ruler is not profitable to rule the world that is right now, man. So Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna come correct it themselves, man. Let's see. Let me reread Matthew 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all the things that offend in them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Let's get a precept real quick, because it says, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend in them which do iniquity, and shall cast them in the furnace. So I wanted to get Isaiah 66. That goes into the Lord coming back with the whole host of heaven, man, and casting those people into that furnace. This is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah, will come with fire, and with his chariots, the chariots are the whole host of heaven. The angels drive those UFOs that you people call them, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah plead. The word plead means to judge. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Shem Shah judge with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh Shem Shah shall be many. The Lord ain't even give you a number. He just said many. It's gonna be a lot of death out here, man. The closer that Yahweh Shem Shah gets to this earth, hey, the more the calamities are gonna raise, you know. Let's continue on. It's Matthew 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure, hid in a field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth for a joy thereof, goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. It's like it. Right. Again, that means he holds fast onto the truth, man. That right there, 44. He said that man sold everything he had to buy that field wherewith he buried the treasures, man. And what's that treasure? The wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the scriptures, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. So he's holding fast to this truth until what? Until his Lord cometh. This is 45. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls. 46. Who, when he has found one pearl of great price, he went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from amongst the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Let's get that. That's when they're gonna be severed. When the wicked and the just gonna be severed. Let's get Revelations 11, starting at 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. Sodom in Egypt is obviously America, man. This is where the Israelites mainly are in captivity. Why is it spiritually called Sodom in Egypt? Because obviously it's not physically Sodom in Egypt, because both of those places are completely desolate. Especially Sodom and Gomorrah. And Sodom, because it's a lot of, as you can see in America, it's a lot of freakism here. And by freakism, I mean faggots, trannies, and other things that these people believe they are, man. A bunch of lewd acts. In Egypt, because of Egypt is the Greek word for bondage, the Hebrew word for Egypt is Montezarium. And who's in bondage in America, man? In the rest of the world, might I add. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You go into any spot, and by spot I mean country, in this world, man, and you're gonna be at the bottom of the totem pole. If you don't believe me, shit, by all means, shit, go fly around the world and see where you stand at, man. Let's see. Let's continue at in Revelations 11 chapter. This is 9. And they of the people in the kindreds, and the dead bodies is not a literal thing, it's metaphorically back there in the 8. And they of the people in kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. 3 days and a half, man. Our slavery over here in America started in around 1620. So that 3 days and a half was in 1970 when the truth sprung forth. 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Once again, it's metaphorical. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another. It's talking about slavery, man. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them that make merry, and shall send gifts. Who are those gifts? Those gifts are the Israelites, man. When the transatlantic slave trade started, the nations were selling Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans amongst each other like gifts, man. You can Google it. You can pull up the slave trade routes and how we were being sold from nation to nation to nation and nation to nation. And we were given into these other nations as if we were gifts. Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. 11. And after these 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Who sees us now, man? These other nations. They see that the elite mainly, because they see that the men of the Lord are standing upon their feet prophesying the downfall of their kingdom. And they see their kingdom falling as we prophesy. And they've been seeing their kingdom fall since the 70s, man, since this truth came out. Now that they see that this truth is going harder and harder and harder, man, every day, man, they seeing that their kingdom is constantly falling faster and faster. And that their kingdom is finna fall by as I speak, man. So that's bringing fear into the hearts and the minds of these Edomites, man. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, this is the point right here. And they say, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. This is the great voice is Yahweh Shai, man. The elect is going to hear that great voice saying, come up hither, man. You know, of course, it's not going to be speaking in English. It's going to be in the Hebrew. Because why? Because Yahweh Shai is a Hebrew, man. So this Jesus Christ character over here, that Jesus shit, that's a Greek name, man. And Yahweh Shai is from the tribe of Judah, man. Which was, the tribe of Judah is the head tribe of the nation of Israel, man. Of the nation of Hebrew Israelites. So how can the hell can he have a Greek name, man? This goes to prove that Christianity doctrine is false. That shit doesn't make a lick of sense, man. Let's continue. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud in chariots, and their enemies beheld them. Who are their enemies, man? The enemies of the 1/3 of Israel. It's the 2/3 of Israel, along with the heathen, man. They gonna behold us in that day, man, as we get beamed up into the chariots. Lord willing, I'll be a part of that number, man. And the rest of the brothers that push this truth with sincerity, and everyone else that holds fast to this truth, man. And in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. The city is talking about America, and the 10th part is the FEMA regions of America, man. And the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. 7,000 just means a complete number of people, not actually 7,000 men, because obviously it's more than 7,000 people on the earth. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven, man. To Yahweh Bashim Shai. They gave glory, man. For what? For saving them out of that fire, man. Out of that nuclear destruction that's gonna soon befall this earth, man. The second woe is past. The second world war is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The third world war cometh quickly, man. And let's hop back to Revelation 11:9 real quick. And let's get that precept I wanted to get. This is Proverbs. I just kept reading. 21 and 16. Go back to 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Understanding of what? The scriptures, man. If you don't the ones that they're gonna remain in the congregation of the dead, the spiritually dead in the mind, man. Now let's hop back to Matthew and finish it out. Okay, okay, this is 51. Yahushua saith unto them, have ye understood all these things that say unto him, yea, Lord? So the prophets also, the disciples which later on became apostles, they understood what Yahushua meant, man, when he broke down all those parables. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. And it came to pass that when Yahushua had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was coming to his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished and said, Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? They asked them, when did you have? They asked Yahushua, where'd you get all this wisdom from, and how are you doing all these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James and Simon and Judas and his sisters? Are they not all with us? Whence then have this man all these things, man? So they was really lowballing Yahushua, man, right there. They didn't believe in Yahushua. They was faithless. They was doubting Yahushua's works, man. And ultimately they was doubting Yahweh. And they were offended in him. But Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. He didn't do no works there. He did not do works there because of their unbelief, man. He did not do that many works there because of their unbelief in him, man, and in Yahweh. So let's get what that unbelief is going to ultimately get them. And by them, I mean 2/3 of the nation of Israel. What is their unbelief going to get them in the end, man? And I'm going to end it off on this one. Go to 2nd Esdras. Second Esdras 15:4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. For the ones that don't want to believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, and that don't want to believe in these prophecies, man, of our people, because that's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, Lord is gonna do away with you. He's not gonna suffer you, man, to continue to walk this earth. He's gonna do away with you, man. And he's not gonna suffer his elect to stay on this earth and to continue to have to speak to you fucking peasants, man. So, hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. With that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to my elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, man. Salutations to the rest of you brothers pushing this truth with sincerity. Shalom to the elect. On to the next one, man. Abba.